7. Packers coming off another loss. It was a lot of the same, more of the same, a lot of mundane, ugly disappointment. Not a fun team to cheer for, and that's why some of us have been taken to other activities during game day. Some would say watching the Packers is worse than dealing with a hangover, and we put that to the test this week. So Luke has been our test subject. He was violently hungover, and I watched the game so we can compare our experiences. But Luke, how you feeling now, and how was your Sunday?
So I'll answer that first question. Um, I've been sick this week, and I didn't really realize today was Wednesday and we had shows until Zach. I texted you at like midnight last night saying, "Oh shit, I have to work late. It might not be on." So that's kind of how I've been coming off this hangover. But on Saturday we went down to Madison, me and a couple buddies, and to visit one of my friend's brothers who's down there. And so we went and tailgated before the Badger game and everything. Awesome college house. Like makes me miss being in college, right? So we went to, I believe the bar is called Jordan's in Madison. Um, and we're drinking there. Before that, I got this beer called Colt 45. You guys ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Old beer, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So drinking that. Then we get to this bar Jordan's, and we're drinking. We got there like 11. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so fucking hungry, right? They have a grill outside that they just make like burgers and brats and chili cheese dogs and stuff. I had 2 burgers, like 2 fat cheeseburgers, and a huge chili cheese dog, like within a 2-hour span. Incredible, right? I did not watch 1 second of the Badger game. It's so
good.
my,
Honestly, good.
right. My buddy goes, so we're like, it's right next to Camp Randall. My buddy goes, do they shoot off fireworks at Camp Randall when they score like they do at Lambeau? And someone goes, I wouldn't know. They don't score at Camp Randall. So that was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of there. We go get dinner somewhere. We go to this other bar, and I think I drank 7 vodka Red Bulls, and it's an incredible idea that this bar has. This girl comes around and gives like cherry bomb shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "You can go to the bar for $7. You can buy them here for $5." I'm like, "Oh, that's such a steal." Yeah. $55 I spent on those. 11 cherry bombs that I think I had probably 7 of them. And then I woke up the next morning, and the drive to Green Bay from Madison was absolutely horrible. I get home, watch the Packer game. I slept as soon as that clock hit 0. I slept from 3 p.m. till 6 a.m. It might have been the best night of sleep I've ever gotten, and I felt so bad on Monday. It was close to a 48-hour one.
Quick question. How many times did you have to get up to pee from 3 to 6?
I did not move a muscle.
No, Trevor. It sounds like Luke was very dehydrated. I don't think there is anything in his system.
I did not move a muscle. I woke up exactly how I fell asleep.
Yeah.
So that had really, I think that's what got me sick, and that's really thrown off my time in my body. So right now it kind of feels like a Tuesday morning to me, but we're good. We're thriving now. I said I felt stoned during the Packer game, though I wasn't. I was just so fucking tired, and what did I even watch? I don't know.
I felt the same, and I was stone cold sober. So I mean, it was very, very similar experiences.
I just want to say, I don't condone binge drinking vodka Red Bulls, but vodka Red Bull is an incredible drink.
Great drink.
Yeah.
Great drink. You had a very typical Madison, Wisconsin Badger football game day experience.
I watched more of the volleyball game than I did of the football game.
Bingo. That's how to do it right now.
Yeah.
For sure. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yep.
Glad you got to miss the Packers. Stu, I feel for you, buddy. Keep working through. Hopefully she's gone.
Do you eat pineapples? Dude, you know they have pink pineapples?
Yeah.
Have you ever had one?
No, I hate pineapple. It's my least favorite food.
Oh. I would fuck up a pink pineapple.
I mean, hey, most people like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for me. Not for me. Can't do it. But yeah, if we want to talk about the Packers, I will say Packers sucked. People have been applauding Jordan Love. I will say Jordan Love had a couple of really good throws in the game. He also had multiple horrendous throws. I can't remember who said it earlier this week, and I'm happy. I think it was Dan Orlovsky, which was good because it's someone who's not just us talking about it. And I thought he described it perfectly. Jordan Love makes some great throws. He doesn't have enough good throws. It's either really good or Stoof, or all of his passes are off target, and it's just what we've been talking about for 4 years. We talked about last show how Luke Musgrave doesn't keep his feet when he catches balls, and that's because he has to constantly adjust and he has poor ball skills. But truly, it's like every throw Jordan Love makes is kind of off target, except for that one really nice one to, I believe, Dobbs, where he was completely off balance. Great throw.
Yep.
Great throw.
And I know it was to be expected, right? When you don't have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, right? But now every time a throw is made, it kind of feels like, oh, why did he make that throw? Whether it's completed or not, you feel uncomfortable. I don't know about you guys, but I feel uncomfortable about every throw that Jordan Love throws. And I'm not saying he's bad throw or whatever. It just doesn't feel right.
No, nothing feels natural. Nothing feels easy. He has made 0 easy throws this year.
Yes.
which there's so many fingers to point blame at. I think that specific point, no easy throws. I think that's a LaFleur thing.
Certainly.
I would assume. Now, I will say though, there are easy throws to be made, and he just hasn't taken them. So that's another thing. But Stoof. We'll get through this Packer talk so we can have another talk with Stoof, I think. But yeah, I mean, was Jordan Love is he to blame for this loss? No. Was he part of it? Absolutely. Run defense was clearly something I saw a lot of people say the Packers fixed. We kind of talked about how they haven't played anybody. They gave up 200 yards to the Steelers, and I can't even blame Joe Barry necessarily for it. It was an effort thing over and over and over again. There was tackles to be made, and we just didn't even try.
I think Jaylen Warren had 6 missed tackles on his touchdown run.
Yeah. And there's just multiple. One of them, there's a big run up the left sideline. It was Najee Harris. It was one where Jaylen Warren would have taken it to the house, but Najee's slower. Devontae Wyatt jumped inside. I'm just trying to remember it. It looked as though it was a stunt by Devontae Wyatt. So I'm not necessarily blaming him, but he slanted inside towards the center, and then it was Devondre Campbell wrapped around, and he needs to come in and fucking take head on that wide open gap, because literally there's a 5-yard hole between Preston Smith, I believe it was, and where Devontae Wyatt slanted into, and Devondre Campbell didn't even give a concern to come in. And then that's, a 40, 50-yard run for Najee Harris, who is as slow as I am at this point. So, is that a Joe Barry issue? I would argue no. Is he partially to blame? He's fucking coaching them. But again, it's a culture issue. It's a loser mentality issue. It's an effort issue. Starts from the top, trickles down, and when you lose, it multiplies. So, more than anything, I think the Packers are a lost cause, which is not where you want to be with a month plus left of the season. But that's kind of where I'm at. I only wrote down 2 other things other than Packers show terrible effort versus run, engage defenders and tackling. I wrote that down. At halftime, Matt LaFleur said this game's going to come down to the fourth quarter, which I cannot stand. So it's like, okay, are we just trying to hang on for the third quarter? Like, we don't want to try too hard because it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. That's like the whole coaching mentality thing. Did he mean that, what I just said? Obviously no. But you can't say that. Like, that's not how you lead people. So I hate that. And I also wrote down Packers trick plays suck. Yeah. And we need to stop that. But I mean, it just says LaFleur doesn't trust his players to win matchups, and I don't blame him.
Agreed. It comes down to talent.
Yeah. Well, it's talent and it's coaching above their talent, and the Packers can't do either, though.
Right. Well, and to your point, normal bad teams luck into 1 or 2 more wins already in this season. Like, just normal bad teams that either have a decent coach or talent around the field, and the Packers don't have any.
My whole thing is there's a time and place for trick plays. I saw somebody trying to compare what Dan Campbell does to what LaFleur's been trying to do. I think you use, in my personal opinion, like from my background in football, you use trick plays to be aggressive.
Yeah,
And I don't think the Packers are using trick plays to be aggressive. I think they're using trick plays to stay afloat.
to start something.
To start something, to stay afloat, to do whatever. And that's not how you win. Because if those plays are at best, let's just say at best, those plays are a 50-50. Like imagine where you're at if you are struggling and you fail a bullshit gimmick.
Yeah,
Like that's worse. It's like, let's say you're a failing company and you're putting one last ditch commercial together and it fucking flops. Like that's what the Packers are. All of a sudden, like, okay, we were in the basement and now we're somehow lower than that. Like that's how the mentality is with this Packers team. Um, yeah, lost cause. I don't know. There really
yeah.
isn't much else to say.
No, I'm with you. It's a lost cause. Like it's really hard for me to say that being as big of a fan as I am. But like we've been saying for how long now? Like obviously something needs to change. I talked to you guys about this. Like just go and get a superstar player to help you some of this, remedy some of this, get something going. I'm sure that someone else had this take before, but like like do something like AJ Brown, what AJ Brown did for Jalen Hurts, or like Stephon Diggs for Josh Allen, even Tyreek Hill for Tua. Go get a superstar and make that quarterback better just with superstar talent. This team just sucks with talent. Stop throwing the fucking ball to Christian Watson one-on-one in the end zone. It's not going to work. How many times has Jordan Love been intercepted doing that this year? Like we talked about it before, but Luke Musgrave needs to stay on his feet and run with the ball after he catches it. AJ Dillon needs to drop his shoulder and push guys over. Aaron Jones needs to run upfield and not fumble. Like there's just so many things wrong that could be so much different if you have one good player on this offense. It's fucking crazy to me. And we've seen it for how many years now that they just don't get players. They want to develop them. And I ask why.
Well, and no matter how many times his cousin or whatever degenerate tweets that Watson is doing just the same as Devontae Adams was in his first year, it doesn't make it true. Dude is just not that talent. I've never seen a guy that big, that fast, that tall miss as many jump balls as him. He's made out of complete glass. Our best receiver is a guy who, when we drafted, you said, Zach, he's good, but he has trouble with separation. That's our best receiver on the team. Him, a guy like this team is not good. They do not have talent, and it goes back to drafting. The team can't draft anybody. And when we got people pointing the fingers all over too, and young guys that didn't like Aaron Rodgers because he held you accountable, shocker that this team isn't doing good.
At some point, you need football players. And
Yes.
the Packers aren't drafting football players. They're drafting these guys and trying to make them good at football. At some point, you need, I don't know why this is the first player who popped into my mind. I'm sure you guys have seen him play this year. Raiders linebacker. You need a fucking Robert Spillane. You need a guy who's
Sure.
going to fucking throw his head into people. And is he the most talented player on the field? No, but he's a fucking football player. And he's the type of guy who's going to take his helmet off and headbutt somebody in a fight,
Yeah,
which makes no
psychopath.
sense. Yeah, you need people like that. You need leaders. You need football players. You need guys who just get it. And look at what the Lions drafted this year. They drafted a bunch of football players. People criticized them because they didn't have the stats or whatever. And the Lions now have a whole team full of football players, and they're playing extremely well. That's what the Packers need, to your point. And to your point, Luke, something that kind of came out today or yesterday, the Packers need to just get some sort of talent. As shitty as the Panthers are this year, they tried to trade for T. Higgins and Devontae Adams at the trade deadline.
Hmm.
Like, that's doing exactly that. Like, let's just get our young guys people to throw to. Like, at this point, what's going to be said, and it's already being said a little bit, but what's going to be said in a month, in 2 months when the season's done is we didn't give Jordan Love the best chance to succeed, so we can't analyze how he did.
Correct.
And that's bullshit. Like that's stupid. What are we doing then? Like,
Well, even the Panthers, at least they tried to get Adam Thielen. Like there was a reasoning to sign him. Like the Packers didn't do that with anybody, much less a geriatric old man. So if the attempt isn't there, then that falls on you. Either way, you're the one to blame.
Well, at some point, like traditions are traditions, whatever. If traditions aren't leading to championships, then really who cares? We need a shakeup in mentality, in culture, in everything. So is it, I mean, Luke would like this. Is it drafting a player like Shadur Sanders, who's larger than life, to really provide a spark? Maybe. That's certainly something different than the Packers have ever done. Is it, doing something, you need to get somebody who is larger than life, someone who is a star, like you said, Luke, and someone, we also need to bring in leaders, and um we need to recognize what the roster is good enough and read the room good enough and actually be down in the like I can't imagine Gutekunst has ever stepped foot in the locker room. He needs to understand the culture of the team good enough to know who's a leader, who's not a leader. Obviously, we don't have very many, but one of them was Rasul Douglas. He kind of was the heart of that Packers defense, in a way, the whole team. Trading him away looks like he ripped the heart out of this fucking Packers team, and a bad team was made worse.
Keyshawn
And
Nixon was
ugh,
crying when he got traded.
so is Aaron Jones, man.
Right.
Like, those, if you want to say who are the two sparks on this entire Packers team, it's those two players for sure.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Nixon, again, another good game. We can't be taking, big returns and getting 3 out of them. If we're returning it to the other side of the field, we got to score a fucking touchdown. But yeah, Aaron Jones, Keyshawn Nixon, not necessarily leaders, but they're the sparks of this team. Rip the soul out of them, but trading away Rasul.
Like
It's just, I don't know, man. I don't get it.
I don't know if this is going to sound dumb or not, and you guys know the financials much better than I do and everything. But Mike Evans is an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. Why can't we get him next year?
I mean,
Need somebody like that.
I get what you mean, but it's the whole destination thing. The only reason anybody was going to Green Bay before was to play with Rodgers, and now there's really no reason because, again,
Right. That's when
agent
you
agents know. Agents know
right.
that the Packers have no future. Like I've been saying, like they have no goal, they have no direction. So you're not coming in to be a part of this new era because the Packers haven't started the new era yet, despite Aaron Rodgers being gone. We're still on the tail end of it. We
Mm-hmm.
haven't flipped the page yet. We're just trying to keep the show going. This is what this fucking is, and I hate to say it because it's so close and personal to me. This is season 9 of Scrubs. What are we fucking doing? We changed the
Yeah.
fucking cast, and it shouldn't exist. Jordan Love era
Yeah.
shouldn't have ever existed. This
Well,
Packers team is season 9 of Scrubs, and I hate it.
Well, and what kind of player does want to come here? To your point, like the guys like Mike Evans, once they turn 30, they're looking for rings. They're not coming here.
You're right.
The Packers don't draft the right guys when their first contracts are up. They're looking for big money, and the Packers won't give you that. So there's no stage in a career where the Packers are going to get guys, which is ridiculous. But I mean, it just compounds the issues.
I mean, what the Packers will have to be looking for, to your point, you can't bring in the older players in free agency that are stars because one, they're ring chasing, and two, they are thinking about, life off the football field and
Right.
life.
You're right.
They don't want to be in cold Green Bay. But what the Packers need to target this offseason are football players. Like,
Dog.
let's get the mid-tier guys who are desperate, who know football, played every snap of special teams, came from maybe the smaller schools, have worked for fucking everything, and football is their life. Let's look for those free agents. Let's get those guys in here. And that's a lot of the players that, honestly, Bisaccia has brought in for special teams. That's why Keyshawn Nixon kind of worked out. That's why Rasul Douglas worked out. Like, the guys who know football, play good football, their their measurables, their star power, stuff like that just doesn't jump off the page. That's fine. We don't need to hit a home run with every free agent. We just need to build something, and we need to lay a fucking foundation first.
If you
But we
want
don't
to
have that.
draft guys, draft every Iowa defender that's not a white lineman. Just take them. Just take them all. Because like Jack Campbell would fit perfectly here.
Sure. I mean, to a point, if we, I mean, to be honest, we just need to hit the reset button. Like, again, we need to get rid of the coaches. We need to get rid of Gutekunst. We need to start the new culture overall. Like, we can't half ass it.
And that
We can't.
starts with Murphy too. Get him the fuck out of town.
His
Years
his
yet.
he has 1 year left. He is retiring after the 2025 draft. So he's hanging around, putting his fingerprint on that last draft for no reason, and then he's leaving to not take any accountability.
Yep.
So, which sucks. But yeah, like I said, I'm assuming we got 1 more year of this bullshit. Joe Barry's going to be fired this offseason as the scapegoat. We have 1 more year of this. Then Mark Murphy's going to fire Goot. He's going to fire LaFleur. He's going to fire everybody. He's going to hire the whole new regime. And then he's piecing out, and he's either taking credit for it all or he's leaving and watching the burning building behind him. Like, that's what he's going to do.
And honestly, sometimes the best way to rebuild is with a can of gas and a match. So that's better than nothing.
Well, no matter what, we got to blow it up. We got to blow it up. We can't build a team to go 500 next year. We got to lose. We got to get bad before we get good. That's the NFL. And, there's no shortcuts. There really isn't. Like, it looks like there is. There really isn't. Anything else to say about the Packers regime, about the last week's game before we just quickly go over injury report and our predictions for the game against the Chargers?
I don't think so. I mean, it's been twice this year where Packers gave up a touchdown to Najee Harris. Everyone has been talking about how bad Najee Harris has been this year, how bad the Steelers' run game has been this year.
Mm-hmm.
This just goes back. I know this is no correlation, but it kind of works in my head. Jimmy Graham has 1 catch this year and for a touchdown, and that was against Green Bay. This shit just keeps happening where bad players play good against Green Bay. It's crazy.
Yeah, weird. It's it's almost like it's a pattern,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not just this year. It's been a minute, unfortunately. But yeah, we are. That's another thing we got to recognize. I said to you guys at one point too. 1, we have to recognize that we're further away from a Super Bowl than the Bears. That's a humbling thing to experience and actually think. I think that's true. But 2, we're also the get right game.
Yeah.
This teams are circling us and be like, we've struggled, but at least we can work some things out against the Packers and we'll feel better about it. That's what the Chargers are doing this week.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers are losing.
Lions.
Yeah, except for the Lions were at least scrappy at one point, Imagine what would happen if Desmond Ridder played against Green Bay.
He played well.
Yeah. I mean, he did. That already happened, right?
Yeah.
He played pretty
best
good.
Game of the year.
Yeah, he earned himself a few more weeks, actually. But yeah, so Packers at home this week, I do believe. Yep. Weirdly, this line feels weird. Like the Packers are 3-point underdogs at home against the Chargers. And it feels like there's a bigger separation between these two teams than 3 points, but also maybe not because, Brandon Staley's over there as well. Injury report. The Packers had a walkthrough today, so these are estimated. Again, should we be having a walkthrough? I don't know. But these are the Packers' estimated practice reports. So the players who did not practice today are Jair still, Rudy Ford, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. So limited is Christian Watson, Quay Walker, Aaron Jones, Jenkins, and Kenny Clark. And then Nyman and Runyon were full. It certainly seems like Quay Walker's trending to play. Rudy Ford, I don't know, but other people have stepped up. He played last week anyway, though, I think. On the Chargers side, and this is why maybe the line's a little bit closer than it will be at the end of the week, players who did not practice today are Keenan Allen with a shoulder, Gerald Everett with a back, Sebastian Joseph Day with a knee, Donald Parham with a hip, and then the only one who was designated as a rest day did not participate was Khalil Mack. And then, other guys limited, full or fine to go. But, if Keenan Allen doesn't play, that'd be fantastic.
Awesome.
That'd be huge. Same thing with Sebastian Joseph Day on the D line. If he doesn't play, that'd be fantastic. I feel like Keenan Allen's going to play, but, who knows? But yeah, Packers 3-point underdogs at home. The over-under is 43.5. So 5 points higher than it was last week. Same spread as last week, though.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Chargers, every game for them is going to be a one-score game, so I don't think it's going to be a blowout no matter what. It's probably going to come down to the last possession of this game. Packers, for the past, the existence. Oh, by the way, happy 100 episode.
Oh, happy 100, guys.
Okay. Get that out of the way. 25 minutes in. But for the entire existence of the show, for sure, linebackers and coverage have struggled against running backs and tight ends. And I think that has to be a really big, emphasis this week against Austin Eckler, especially. If Austin Eckler is able to attack the flats, then the running's going to be open. Then, it goes downhill from there very quickly. So at least my key to the game is we can't let Austin Eckler be extending drives as a receiver.
Yeah, I agree. Justin Herbert's still playing hurt this year. It feels like he's always playing hurt. I probably said this is my key for the last probably all 100 shows, but get pressure on the quarterback, make him throw on the run, sack him, hit him hard, make him feel that this has got to be Herbert's first time playing in Lambeau, huh? Make him feel that, welcome to Lambeau Field, welcome to Green Bay. I don't know who does that on this team. Here's another one that I've been saying for the last 100 shows. Like, this should be a Rashawn Gary game. Get to him early, plow him into the ground. If you get a 15-yard, whatever, just make him feel, welcome to Green Bay. Get in his head early, and I think you can win this game, to be honest.
Oh, for sure.
Brandon Staley is going to give you as many opportunities as he can. He's horrible. He sucks at his job. He should not have a job, and he will fuck up multiple times this game. That is a guarantee. The only question is whether the team will play good enough, and if LaFleur will be smart enough to take advantage of that. I've seen nothing to tell me that he can, but Staley will make mistakes. And to your point, Luke, I've been thinking that the whole time. Like, if your team sucks, send a fucking message out the gate. Something. Like, have somebody. Who gives a shit of 15 yards if you're going to let them run down your throat anyways on the first drive? That's something that I would love to see, especially week 18 when you play the Bears. Bury the shit out of Justin Fields' first drive. I know they're not going to do that, but, we'll see.
Remember when Clay Matthews used to take cheap shots on Colin Kaepernick? Like, that's what we need.
Honestly, yeah. The issue is, we got to make sure we don't do it on third down, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a Packer thing. Like, third and long, then let's send a message. Like, no, let's do it first down, and then we'll try to get the third down again.
First Chargers offensive play, engage 8.
That's going to be a 78-yard touchdown on a screen to Austin Eckler.
Well, not just that. I'm telling you right now, I'm playing a single game DFS for this game specifically. I like Guyton. Guyton's going to score a touchdown against the Packers. Sure. Yeah, we'll see. Stoof says Jonathan Gannon's looking for killers. He is. He likes players with that fire in their gut. And he asked if players took the bus to work. And by the way, by no surprise, no one raised their hand that they took the bus to work. Why? Because we're the NFL, dude.
Yeah, what a stupid fucking question.
Yeah. Who took the bus here today? Got that fire in your gut? No, coach.
No, buddy. We get paid millions of dollars. We don't need to take city transit.
One, I have a car. Two, we're the Cardinals. I'm not excited to be here, coach. No.
Tyler would have, but he couldn't reach the emergency stop brake. So
yeah, it's stupid. He's actually not done that bad, but he's a doofus over there.
But he looks dumb too.
Very, very. He looks like Murr from Impractical Jokers. Maybe somebody needs to ask the Packers if they took the bus to work. It's a possibility in Green Bay. That's actually, if there's one team where I'm like, maybe it could be Green Bay. If there's one player who you think took the bus to work for the Packers this week, who do you think it is?
Anders Carlson.
Maybe.
I think it's definitely Tadaro Slayton. I can see him with a backpack on, waiting at the bus stop.
Okay.
I've lived in this town for, how old am I? 21 years. I've never stepped foot on a Green Bay bus, and I'm happy that I haven't.
I lived in Superior for 7 years. I took the bus one time. It was the worst experience of my life. It's because I locked my keys in my car in Duluth, so I had to ride the
Ooh, tough.
bus back to Duluth the next morning. Oh no, that's how it happened. I didn't know I locked the keys in my car, so I rode the bus back there, and my keys weren't in my car. So then I had to call somebody,
Oh, tough.
and my keys were in Superior. My
Yeah,
backup keys. Yeah, not good. Not good. Not a good time. Um, this is Justin Herbert's first time playing the Packers. I looked that up.
yeah.
So fourth year in the league, so it makes sense. For whatever reason, I thought we played them
It is.
already, but
It also, this is a Milwaukee game, so I guess Chargers don't have fans. But I was gonna say this could be
no,
an away game, but Chargers don't have fans.
they do not. They do not.
Well, they have that one super fan. Maybe she'll be there.
I thought
Yeah,
she was an industry plant,
no, she's a big fan.
dude. I've
No.
been using that. I've been using industry plant a lot lately. It's a great term.
It is a great term.
Yeah.
Finding the plants in every audience. It is
Yeah.
fun. Like
Yeah.
what? Someone's a fucking mark here. We got to
Yeah.
figure out who they are. Um, Offensively for the Packers, I mean, it's not a secret. I guess we got to run the ball against this Chargers team, right?
Yeah.
It
It's very doable.
very doable. If we get put in a hole and we are fucking dropping back the pass and letting Khalil Mack attack Zach Tom,
Good luck.
let's just go home. Let's get hungover like Luke was this last week. Let's speed that up. I want to skip being drunk, go straight to hungover, and suffer as much as possible. Like that's what it feels like.
I think being hungover is like a top 3 worst thing to ever exist.
Horrible. It's just yeah, terrible. Okay, so I guess my prediction, like again, Chargers are favored by 43.5. I have the Chargers winning 26-20. I think it's a one score game.
Yeah, I agree. And I talk so much shit about the Chargers and how bad they are and how they just can't win games. Or it really does not feel like this is a 1-score game to me. And maybe I'm falling into a trap here, but I think this is like a 31-10 game in favor of the Chargers.
It should be that.
Yeah, I know, and I know I'm gonna be wrong. I know it's gonna be 24-21, but it really feels like a 31-10 game.
Completely fair.
I'll say it then. I'm going to go 27-14 Chargers. Packers haven't scored over 20 points since
Week
2. So if the Chargers score 20, they're going to win, and there's no way in hell we hold them to less than that.
Wouldn't think so. Truthfully, on paper, definitely a blowout, but Brandon Staley is going to Brandon Staley. He is going to give the Packers some short fields. We will see if we score 6 or if we have to settle for 3.
J.K. Scott revenge game.
It is. We need to return a punt against that fucker. Please.
Yeah, and if you have a chance to score or run over J.K. Scott, run over J.K. Scott every fucking time.
Yeah. Go straight at him. The United States is an industry plant.
Stu, which one of us do you think is the plant?
It's a great point. But yeah, I got nothing else to talk about. You guys got anything?
You guys have any favorite Halloween candy? I know we're kind of a couple weeks past Halloween, but that was just on my mind as I was driving home from work. What were you excited like when you got done trick or treating? You're dumping out your pillowcase, your basket, whatever. What were you excited to see?
Always Reese's. Always Reese's. This year, though, I will say, and by the way, I got candy corn like literally right here.
Oh, so good.
But I rediscovered, and maybe it's because I haven't had one in years. Snickers is fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anyone's talking about Snickers.
You're right.
Pretty good candy.
You're right. Snickers feels like one that people hate just to go on the unpopular side of it, but it's good candy.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm going to rapid fire some underrated ones.
Okay.
Payday.
No.
I like Payday.
Also Laffy Taffy.
Yes.
Anything Nerds Rope wise.
Anything Nerds.
What's the other one? Oh, the big Lifesaver gummies, but like the ones that are individually packaged with the sugar on them.
I don't know
they were rare. They were a thing for like 2 years, and they were incredible.
We went to a movie at the Budget Theater, so like an old horror movie. So we brought in our own candy. We found a bag of only banana Laffy Taffy.
So good.
So good.
I couldn't believe that they sold it, but we found
Right.
it.
So you like banana Laffy Taffy, but you don't like circus peanuts.
I'll try I don't know. I'm not confident I've tried a circus peanut, to be fair.
Okay.
We're gonna
All right.
do a Flurry Sports taste test with different bad candies or bad wrap candies.
We could. We could. Or just we should each get something that one of us has never had. Trevor could try cream cheese on a bagel. Wild concept. I'll try circus peanuts. Luke, I mean, you could try the dill pickle ice cream if you want. I'm
Oh, I
telling
would
you.
love it. I know
I'm
right now I
telling
would love it.
I'm telling you it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Hold up, Stoof is from Iowa. I don't like this.
Candy potatoes, they sound pretty good. Well, are they like yams? Yams are horrible.
Stoof's treading on thin ice here.
In my mind, it's like they cook potatoes like they in a pan, like with brown sugar or something. That's
Yeah,
my
horrible.
mind.
Horrible.
Let me search these up. Candy potatoes.
I gotta.
If
Go
it's
ahead.
sweet potatoes, I'm cool with it.
No.
Ooh, wait, this is not good.
What is it?
Potato candy, creamy peanut butter, mashed potatoes, powdered sugar.
Oh,
What?
I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good.
Yeah.
Is it like dipped in chocolate or something too, or no?
Let me see. They look like little rolls, like little cinnamon rolls.
Well, it doesn't matter. Stoof got us.
Yeah.
Prank of the century.
You're the industry plant, Stoof.
This is a fucking Stephon Diggs arrested in a McDonald's all over again.
Well, joke's on you. Potato candy's a thing.
Yeah, we all learned something.
You said that you brought in your own candy to the movie theater.
Yeah, always.
Back in high school, we used to go to Boneless Wings at Buffalo Wild Wings on Tuesday or Thursday, whatever. Same day, it was $5 movies.
Yep.
Bring in fucking 20 boneless wings into the theater. You know, I used to sneak in Big Macs to the theater. I used to sneak in, huge burger. It was awesome, man. I miss those days.
The
Did
budget
I hear
theater.
you say boneless wings?
Well, yeah, because those were the ones that were on sale.
Yeah. In Eau Claire, the budget theater is literally right next door to an Asian restaurant. All the time. Go get lo mein, go to the theater.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yep. I gotta tell you guys about the cereal lineup I got going on in my house right now.
Ooh, love it. Yes.
You got to give it like an NBA lineup though. What's the point guard? What's the center?
Well, I got Frosted Flakes.
Always good. Always good. That's a solid one to start from.
Regular Captain Crunch.
Okay, just the yellow?
Yep.
Okay, like it.
Peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Okay. I do like it.
Cookie Crisp.
I'm not a Cookie Crisp. I don't dislike it. I don't dislike it, but I think it's not a gimmick I'm about.
Well, I love it.
Okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's what I have going on right now.
I got 2 boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch right there, right behind the camera.
Is that like the greatest food to ever exist? It might be.
I think about this a lot because I'm a like a 2 a.m. cereal guy.
Yep.
I think Berry Captain Crunch is still my favorite.
Oh, that's my least favorite Captain Crunch.
Really, I love it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is right there though too.
Yeah, it is.
I will say, I think you got to. Have you ever had the Quaker cereal?
Yes.
I think that is an underrated cereal. It's like they make it weird, like with the oats or whatever. It doesn't get soggy. It's always crunchy.
Correct.
The brown sugar kind of that, and I think there's one other one, but that's a really underrated cereal.
Yeah, another underrated is Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yes, so fucking good. That's in my top 3 for sure.
Have you guys ever had the cinnamon French toast cereal? I'm trying to wonder if that's good or not.
Yes.
It is good.
Yes. Yeah.
It's exactly what you think it would taste like.
All of their variations are good.
Yep. Crave was a good one that was going on for a while. I haven't had it
with
in
the chocolate in it
in years. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's okay. Fruity Pebbles is it always hits. It's a lot. You gotta be like fruit. Like instead of Rice Krispie bars, Fruity Pebble bars are so fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Cocoa Puffs too.
Cocoa Puffs are good.
What do you guys think about Raisin Bran Crunch? Not regular Raisin Bran, but Raisin Bran Crunch.
Never had it. Never had it.
I haven't had it enough to have an opinion on it, but I love raisins, so I would probably like it.
Because regular Raisin Bran is too dull, but you throw in the granola and it does something.
I like multi-grain Cheerios too. If we're going for that, those are better than regular Cheerios for sure.
Rice Chex are great.
I don't know the last time I had those as just like an actual cereal.
They're great.
Have either of you have had the cinnamon roll frosted mini wheats?
No.
Those are
I've had
dangerous.
no.
Those are good.
Okay. Okay. What else do I got? Trying to think. I don't know. Love cereal though. That's
Breakfast
like
bars.
a
You brought up breakfast bars. Those incredible invention.
for what?
Breakfast bars, like cinnamon toast crunch bars,
Oh,
granola
yeah.
bars.
Yeah, those are incredible. Those are the issue with that is you can just pop like, all of
Correct.
them, but they're
You
good.
guys remember when they used to have the cereal straws that you
Yeah,
drink the milk
incredible.
through and then eat them?
Incredible.
They're selling cereal milk now.
Ooh.
I got a bottle of Fruit Loops cereal milk the other day.
Like it's Fruit Loop flavored milk.
Yeah.
So it'd be like you eat a bowl of Fruit Loops and that's what it tastes like at the end.
Yep. 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 I get,
Interesting.
I'm not sure if you follow Snapgator on Instagram for sure, but they always they promote like the new
Yeah.
food items that are coming out. They announced a couple other cereal milks that are coming out too. I can't remember what they are, but there's some hype stuff that's coming. I
They
saw a post from them the other day about when McRib's coming back too.
can't wait.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
used to have
Another war is going to break out.
always.
maybe.
They
Maybe I'll try one of those on stream. I've had one in my entire life.
Oh,
so
they're
good.
so good.
So good.
It was okay.
They
It's too saucy.
That's
they used
fair.
they used to make Fruit Loop flavored disposable vape cartridges, which were awesome.
It's kind of like the one I have in a way.
Yeah.
It's fruit something.
Yeah, but the Fruit Loops, you could like taste it, like you could taste the grain too that you can taste
Oh,
in the
really?
cereal. Oh, it was great.
God.
Oh, I had one other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about.
Okay.
I made my decision on what my favorite flavor of McDonald's dipping sauce is for nuggets.
Okay.
It's the spicy buffalo, and I don't think it's close.
I'm not a buffalo guy.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that before.
I've
Yeah,
never
I don't
had
know
it.
why. I'm not sure if I had McDonald's buffalo either though.
Yeah,
Have you
it's kind of different than regular buffalo, but it's good.
have you tried their two new sauces?
I just learned about those today, and I'm excited to try them.
The I do like it's like a sweet and spicy jam or something.
Yes, and then there's a mambo.
That's good. Mambo. I had that. I can't even remember. It was like it feels like it was their old barbecue sauce is what that was. It
Got
was
it.
okay. It was
Got it.
okay.
All they have in Milwaukee is barbecue and sweet and sour, so I don't really even get
Oh,
those
really?
options. It's really tough.
I like
I
sweet and
usually
sour.
I usually go hot mustard if I do it.
Yeah, hot mustard's good. I was recently introduced to jalapeno mustard, which is great on hot dogs
I'm sure
and
it's great.
brats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke, to your point though about buffalo, I thought I hated the taste of buffalo for my whole life, and then I realized that my taste buds changed and I love it now. I was at a bar and I had buffalo wings. And is there anything better than realizing that you love a food again or for the first time?
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Trevor. It's up there. It's like up there. Like it's like the exact opposite of feeling hungover.
True.
The
True.
sky's open, the clouds part.
Do you Luke, I know you're a huge mustard guy. Do they
Love
have
it.
Silver Spring mustard by you or
Yeah, I
no?
believe so.
Okay. They I should just get you like every kind because that's made in Eau Claire or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have like 6 or 7 different kinds of mustard.
Ooh,
It's just
hell yeah.
incredible stuff.
Give me a mustard flight.
Honestly, there's like whole grain. They got the beer mustard. They got jalapeno mustard. Good stuff.
Beer
Hell
mustard
yeah.
sounds good.
It is good. It's very good. Does McDonald's still have French toast Estouff? I don't
Did
think
they
Hey,
so. I don't know. Like they got a McGriddle. Like that's like syrupy
ugh.
bun. So it's
I get the
kind of that.
McGriddle. I get the sausage and cheese McGriddle, no egg, and it's a great sandwich.
Says the guy who doesn't like maple. I don't get it.
McGriddles are awful.
Maybe I do like maple.
I'm
Yes,
sure
you
you
do.
do.
Maybe I don't know what maple is, to be honest.
Maybe love maple. I should get you. I want to get some stuff sponsored by the Maple Dude, who he has that maple cotton candy. I saw him at the Cran Fest or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like $5 for a tin of maple cotton candy. So good.
Yeah, I think the problem is I don't like syrup.
Okay, that's fine. I hate I mean, this is a stupid thing to say, but I hate the process of eating syrup. But
Yeah,
it's a great taste.
yeah.
I hate being sticky. It's my least favorite thing of all
I
time.
think I agree with you. I think that's why I don't like maple syrup.
And then
Yeah.
there's always one part that drips and gets like right on your chest. It's like,
Oh,
get the fuck out of here, you know?
I mean, I trimmed my beard a little bit because I made some soup last week. Fucking soup season and a beard is a nightmare.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Syrup in a because you can't just wipe it off.
That's what we
It's
call free beard gel. Styling gel.
not okay. You can get a McGriddle with a chicken patty. Done that. That's good.
Pretty good. Okay.
Oh yeah. Need to combine Cocoa Puffs with peanut butter crunch.
Oh,
That would be, and there's going to be people who argue that's Reese's Puffs, and I agree with you. Not the same.
right.
So I like it. I like where your head's at. That's a true cereal connoisseur.
I was just about to argue that's Reese's Puffs too. So
No, not the same. Not this. You got to take what each one specializes in.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like that Family Guy skit when the chocolate guy and the peanut butter guy crash on the highway, and then the police officer comes and shoots them both and makes his own concoction.
Stupid. I don't remember that, but
So good.
Officer Reese's.
Yeah, Officer Reese's was his name.
Duh. Okay, well, this was a lot more fun than the Packers conversation, and this is just a preview of what you're going to get in the off season of the NFL. By the way, because just so you guys know, the people who are still watching this, the people who are somehow on, get entertained by this, I think we're going to do like a ranking show. So each show we're going to be ranking a specific topic of things. I feel like you all, just from the people who chime in chat, are going to have great ideas for us to do, and we'll have strong opinions.
I was going to say,
we tear
may
something
get very
apart.
contentious.
Yes. It will. Not may.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah, it's going to be the issues. The first thing we'll have to decide, and maybe people. Maybe we just have to do a poll for people watching or something. But we need to figure out a way to tiebreaker. That's the first thing we do, even before the topics, because that's going to be the issue.
I think we have a guest tiebreaker. I think if Stoof's in the chat, Stoof's the tiebreaker.
When would we ever need a tiebreaker?
That's true. We do have 3 people.
Well, so if we're ranking, I assume it's going to be like on a scale, right?
Yep.
So if there's someone who fucking loves it, someone who hates it, and someone's like in the middle, like averages we put in the middle, but that still doesn't feel right to me. It just sounds like it's very polarizing, and we need someone with an unbiased opinion. Even if it's maybe we do this. Maybe we set it up so we have a phone a friend each time we get we could get stoofed. Otherwise, we could have a guest call every time where I cold call somebody.
You got to do
that includes there's some very interesting people in the phone that could be very funny to get them, and then I could put it in the thumbnail. Like,
I know what you have to do. You have to take your phone, go to contacts, and scroll through and stop.
It would be funny. I need to clear out some of those contacts. I need to clear out. There's I'm not sure if I've ever deleted a contact.
No, me either.
And there's a lot of people in there I do not want to talk to. But that also that could be fun. Just like an ex from 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That could be very fun. Want my phone number? 8. Yeah, let them just comment them. We'll end this, and you can just comment them right on the video. I'm the plant. You are the plant.
I told you, Stu.
Okay. Appreciate you all. Appreciate everyone who's chimed in. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. But we will be back. Flurry Sports, at least, will be back tomorrow night before the Thursday night football game. The other 2 Zachs will be leading the charge for y'all. I'll be in the chat. But yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday night as well. Luke will be in the chat. We'll have our own conversation going, I'm sure.
We usually do.
Yes, we do. But yeah,